Hello, my name's Steve, and I've decided to part with my Star Trek The Next Generation action figure collection, sell them on eBay, see what I can get for them. I've not put any of these models up yet, but I just want to show you today my collection of Captain Picard and Commander Data action figures. Um, I've got quite a few of them. So basically, these are what we're talking about. We've got Captain Jean-Luc Picard, played by Sir Patrick Stewart, and Commander Data, played by Brent Spiner. Um, these figures here are from the original issue in the UK of action figures. I think about 8 or 10 of them came out at the same time. Um, and here they are depicted in their first season uniforms. As you can see, it's got the sort of low cut collar, a one piece jumpsuit, which apparently the cast found very uncomfortable, and by season 3 they changed to a more conventional sort of jacket and trousers setup. But these then are the original first season and second season uniforms that will be worn by the actors. I'm not sure how much these are going to be worth. Not a great deal, I suspect. There is a little bit of damage to the boxes, although they're unopened. You might be able to see just there some damage where a price label has been taken off. Now, had I taken those labels off at the time, they might have come off a bit more easily, but as the glue has aged, it's become a little bit more difficult to get off. I think to attempt to get that residue off any further might cause more damage, so I'm leaving those well alone. What I'll do, I think, now is I'll take you through the through Picard first, and then Data. So those are the original series ones. Now you wouldn't have thought there was much more to go on that, but well, just to demonstrate, here's Captain Picard from season 5, maybe a bit later actually. Reason we know is season 5 is because he's wearing his captain's jacket, which first appeared in season 5 episode called Darmok. You might have seen my little video where I showed Dathon from that particular episode. And that was the episode in which Captain Picard first wears his captain's jacket. So there we are. That's an interesting bit. Next thing. This is Locutus of Borg, which, of course, if you're familiar with Star Trek The Next Generation, Picard was kidnapped by the Borg. He was assimilated into the Borg collective and became their mouthpiece for all of 2 episodes. Very quickly rescued by the rest of the team, of course. But the echoes of that have gone down the years through stories in both The Next Generation and the latest Picard series, which I've already recommended to you. Please watch it. I love it. I know it's controversial, but I do like it. So that's Locutus of Borg. I haven't done any research into the value of these figures. I'm hoping that's worth something, because that's a nice figure and a well-known character in the series. Then we've got Captain Picard disguised as a Romulan. I've also got one of Data disguised as Romulan, which I'll show you in a minute. Obviously, this I can't remember the title of the episode now. But both Data and Picard disguise themselves as Romulans to carry out their mission. So that's again, that's quite an interesting one, a nice flip on the character there. And another Captain Picard one, although not Captain Picard, just Jean-Luc Picard, Captain retired, or maybe Admiral retired. And this is from the episode All Good Things, which was the 2-parter that concluded Star Trek The Next Generation. Excellent pair of episodes, and I would urge you to watch it if you've not seen it before. But please, watch the first 7 seasons of Next Generation first. Get invested in these characters. I love Picard. I think he's a great character. Nice to see this version of him. Not sure how that marries up with the Picard version in the new series, but there it is anyway. So Picard from All Good Things. And then the last Picard one that I have is one from the movie Star Trek Generations, which was the first theatrical release of 4 for the Next Generation team. And here he is in not really a very much modified uniform, to be honest. So as a figure, I'm not sure how interesting that is. It's got the Star Trek Generations packaging, which is quite nice. But it wasn't one of the best movies, really. A bit disappointing, particularly as Kirk was along for the ride there. But that's what it is. Now I'll show you the data figures that I've got. So I've shown you one data figure already, which was the first and second season uniform. This one has got data in the third series and ongoing uniform. As you can see there, it is actually a 2-piece uniform that they have now. They've got slightly higher collar. And anybody who knows Star Trek will know that if they've got that uniform on, it must be at least season 3, if not later. So that's data. Now this is an interesting one. This is data in 1940s attire. It was quite an early episode of The Next Generation called The Big Goodbye, in which Captain Kirk decides... why do I always say Captain Kirk? Captain Picard decides to have a holodeck adventure as his favourite private eye from the 1920s, or 1940s, sorry. And Data and some of the members of the crew go along with him. This is the only one that I've got in this 1940s attire. I think it's a fairly rare one. I don't know, as I say, I haven't done the research, but I quite like that one. It's again another interesting twist on the character. And here's Data as a Romulan, as I told you. Slightly different colouring to the Picard one, but again an interesting character. And then we have this. Now, this describes itself as Lieutenant Commander Data in the movie uniform. It hasn't got the Generations packaging because, well, I don't know why, to be honest. The movie uniform is basically the same as the uniform that was worn by the crew of Voyager and in the first 4 or 5 seasons of Deep Space Nine. Originally, they had, I believe, designed a different uniform to this for the films, which they felt didn't work out. So as a hasty last-minute thing, really, they decided to go with the Voyager uniforms. I didn't really like it at the time, to be honest. I didn't see any need for a change in the uniform. But it is what it is. I think this is quite a nice little figure. And lastly, not strictly speaking Data, but a character played by Brent Spiner, which is Dr. Noonian Sun, the creator of Data. And he created Data in his own image, and therefore Brent Spiner could play him. And continued to play him again in Picard, the new series. Another plug for that. Again, I don't know how rare that is. It's quite a nice figure because he's an interesting character in the show. Comes up a lot. Data, Brent Spiner rather, gets to play a number of different characters, really, all springing from this Dr. Noonian Sun character. So there we are. That's what I'm showing you today. I'll leave it at that for now. Sorry if it's boring. but you might have found it interesting. If you did, please subscribe. Please hit the bell notification icon, and I'll speak to you again. Bye.